The governance of Obatala prayer, adifafun Obatala. Obanile movayan belegun inle, Okeyabia omo unsoro araye, Oba arugboshon sho, Umbowa onika inle. Sokun laye bogbo araye avogbo Orunmila. Umbowa inle Okeyabiano unsorde adafun ebotaloni ebola sudaye tanijuelego loa umbowa onika kumarobo joro joro eni, akasho belegun Obatala baba, abelele umbowani eboada, Okeyabiani inle talako moforibale Obatala amona ore iluofun, fun lodafun lodafun oba arugbo. Story. Once upon a time, Obatala ruled over the land of Okeyabia no Inle. However, the people of the land began to murmur against him. They claimed that he was too old to govern properly, that his rule had grown weak, and they resisted his authority in passive defiance. Whispered dissent turned into a movement, and eventually, Obatala decided that he would leave, without a word, without a warning, letting the people manage on their own as they pleased. He departed, seeking refuge near the ocean's edge, hiding among the rocky formations beneath the surface of the waters. Meanwhile, in the land he had left behind, the people celebrated his disappearance. They danced in the streets, believing they were finally free to rule as they wished. But soon, the reality of leadership set in. Everyone wanted to govern, yet no one could agree on how to lead. Chaos took hold of the land. Greed and ambition consumed the people, and discord spread like wildfire. Observing this turmoil from afar, Orunmila, the sage and diviner, decided to intervene. But first, he consulted Ifa, performing divination to seek guidance. The signs led him to prepare an offering, an ebo, which included a 16-step ladder, leaves of joy, and other sacred elements. With these, he set out on his journey, following the only path that led to the hidden kingdom, toward Inle Onika, the shoreline where Obatala had disappeared. As he walked, Orunmila tapped on the ground, probing for hidden hollows. At one such spot, he felt something strange. A voice seemed to echo from below. Intrigued, he cast his offering into the hole. He then lowered the ladder into the darkness. Suddenly, a cry of pain echoed from the depths. It was Obatala. The ladder had struck him on the head. Orunmila, startled, peered into the opening and realized he had found the missing king. But he had not expected to find Obatala himself. He descended into the depths and, to his amazement, confirmed that it was truly Obatala. No one in the land had known where he had gone, and yet here he was, discovered through the wisdom of Ifa and the power of the offering. With great care, Orunmila brought Obatala back to the kingdom. The moment the people saw him, now in the company of Orunmila, their hearts were filled with remorse. A grand reception was held in their honor. They praised Obatala and Orunmila, offering them deep reverence and prostrating before them in submission and gratitude. Obatala, moved by the turn of events, declared before all, "In my absence there is only one who is worthy to rule over the heads of this land, the land of Irosun Meyi. That one is Orunmila." End commentary. This tale holds deep wisdom about leadership, respect, and the consequences of ingratitude. The people of Okeyabia. No Inle thought they could govern themselves without the guidance of their elder, but they quickly fell into chaos. This reminds us that wisdom and experience are often undervalued until they are lost. Obatala did not argue or fight, he simply left. And it was only in his absence that his true value was recognized. How often do we take for granted the steady hands that guide us? How frequently do we dismiss wisdom, believing we know better, only to find ourselves lost in our own ambition? Orunmila's role in this story teaches another lesson, the power of divination and the importance of seeking knowledge before taking action. He did not rush to solve the kingdom's problems blindly. He consulted Ifa, made the appropriate sacrifices, and followed divine guidance. Only through this wisdom was he able to restore balance. What do you think? Have you ever underestimated the wisdom of an elder or mentor, only to realize later how much they truly offered? Have you seen situations where leadership was taken for granted until disorder set in? Let's reflect on these lessons and consider how we can apply them to our own lives. Obatala teaches us that patience and wisdom endure, while Orunmila reminds us to seek knowledge before making decisions. And so, the story reminds us, leadership is not about power. It is about wisdom, balance, and the ability to guide with patience and humility.